Welcome, esteemed gentlemen. Trust is like a mirror. Once broken, even if repaired, the cracks always remain. For Sigma males, this isn't just a saying, it's a survival strategy. In a world where people are often more interested in wearing masks than revealing their true selves, trust becomes less of a bridge and more of a potential trap. Did you know studies show that over 60% of people admit to lying at least once in a 10-minute conversation? Now imagine navigating a society built on half-truths and hidden agendas. It's enough to make anyone rethink their faith in humanity. Sigma males don't have time for small talk, fake smiles, or trust me bro assurances. They operate on logic, observation, and a dash of healthy skepticism. Why? Because they've learned the hard way that trusting the wrong person is like handing over the keys to your fortress and then being surprised when it gets raided. So, why exactly do Sigma males approach trust like a high-stakes poker game? Let's dive in, but fair warning. You might start questioning a few people in your own circle by the time we're done. Number 1. They see themselves as their own anchor. Sigma males trust themselves above all else because they've learned that no one is more invested in their well-being than they are. It's not arrogance, it's clarity. They've seen too many people falter when faced with temptation, fear, or self-interest. Relying solely on others feels like gambling with stakes too high to lose. Instead, they build their own foundation of self-reliance, ensuring they are never left vulnerable to someone else's choices. This mindset isn't born out of cynicism but experience. Sigma males understand that even the most well-intentioned promises can crumble under pressure. People change, circumstances shift, and loyalty is often conditional. To avoid the chaos of unmet expectations, Sigma males take full ownership of their lives. They plan, execute, and adapt on their terms, making trust in others almost redundant. Their self-trust isn't just about practicality, it's empowering. There's no waiting for someone to come through or fearing a betrayal that might never happen. Instead, they channel that energy into sharpening their skills, expanding their knowledge, and solidifying their independence. They are their own anchor in a storm, their own compass in uncertainty. What sets them apart is how they handle this independence. While others might crumble under isolation, Sigma males thrive. They find strength in knowing that their success, safety, and happiness don't hinge on someone else's reliability. This isn't to say they're cold or incapable of forming bonds, but trust for them is earned over time and rarely given freely. For Sigma males, trusting themselves isn't just a choice. It's a necessity in a world where too many people promise much but deliver little. They know they'll never let themselves down, and for them, that's all they need. Number 2. People value convenience over principles. Sigma males are keen observers of human behavior, and one of the patterns they notice most often is how quickly people abandon their principles when those principles become inconvenient. To a Sigma male, integrity isn't something you put on when it's easy or socially advantageous. It's a core part of who you are, even when it's uncomfortable or comes with a cost. Yet, they see far too many people who claim to stand for something buckle under the slightest pressure. For Sigma males, this inconsistency is a deal breaker. If someone can't stick to their values when it matters most, how can they be trusted in situations where stakes are high? Whether it's a friend who preaches loyalty but vanishes when times get tough, or a colleague who claims honesty but lies to get ahead, these moments reveal cracks in character that are impossible to ignore. The problem runs deeper than simple hypocrisy. Sigma males understand that convenience often drives decision-making in modern society. From relationships to professional ethics, people prioritize short-term comfort over long-term integrity. But to a Sigma male, this short-sightedness signals unreliability. They value authenticity and consistency, and when someone's actions don't align with their words, it erodes trust entirely. This doesn't mean Sigma males are rigid or expect perfection. They know everyone makes mistakes. But what matters to them is intent and effort. Are you willing to stand by your principles even when it's inconvenient? If not, they're unlikely to put their faith in you. Ultimately, Sigma males live by a simple rule. If someone's values crumble under pressure, they're not someone worth trusting. It's not harsh. It's a necessary filter for a world where convenience often takes precedence over integrity. Number 3. Trust without verification is naive. To Sigma males, blind trust is like walking into a dark room hoping there's no trap waiting. It's not that they're pessimistic or suspicious by nature, they're simply realistic. They understand that trust, like respect, must be earned, not handed out freely. Without verification, trust becomes an open invitation for disappointment, and in some cases, outright betrayal. Sigma males approach trust the same way an architect approaches a blueprint, carefully, methodically, and with attention to detail. They observe actions over words because anyone can make promises, but not everyone delivers on them. This patient approach isn't about paranoia. It's about protecting their peace of mind. They'd rather take the time to assess someone's character than risk letting the wrong person into their inner circle. Experience has taught Sigma males that people aren't always who they appear to be. Many wear masks, either intentionally or unconsciously, to gain favor, approval, or access. By verifying trust through consistent behavior, Sigma males eliminate the guesswork and avoid the heartbreak of misplaced confidence. This mindset doesn't mean they're incapable of forming deep connections. On the contrary, the connections they do make are built on solid ground, precisely because they've taken the time to ensure mutual reliability. They're not interested in relationships, personal or professional, that crumble under scrutiny. To them, trusting without verification isn't a sign of faith, it's a sign of carelessness. And carelessness, in their eyes, is an open door to unnecessary chaos. By insisting on verification, Sigma males create a filter that protects them from betrayal and ensures that those who remain in their lives are genuinely worth the investment. It's not cold, it's smart. And for a Sigma male, there's no better foundation for trust than proof. Number 4. Betrayal is a teacher, not a setback. For Sigma males, betrayal isn't just an emotional wound, it's a wake-up call. Where others might try to rationalize or excuse acts of disloyalty to avoid confrontation or preserve a relationship, Sigma males see betrayal for what it truly is, a defining moment that reveals someone's true character. They don't sweep it under the rug, forget it, or pretend it didn't happen. Instead, they internalize the lesson and use it as a guide for future interactions. Sigma males believe that betrayal carries a deeper message. Trust, once broken, cannot simply be patched up with apologies or explanations. It's not about holding grudges or seeking revenge. It's about clarity. Betrayal teaches them who not to trust, where to set boundaries, and when to walk away without a backward glance. To them, ignoring betrayal isn't forgiveness, it's self-sabotage. This approach may seem harsh to some, but Sigma males know the cost of overlooking betrayal. Trusting someone who has already proven they're capable of deceit is like touching fire after getting burned. The sting of betrayal is a one-time warning, and they take it seriously. They view it as an investment in their own emotional well-being, ensuring they don't waste energy or loyalty on someone who doesn't deserve it. What sets Sigma males apart is how they process betrayal. They don't dwell on it or let it consume them. Instead, they file it away as a hard-earned lesson and move on with sharpened instincts. They see betrayal not as a setback but as a tool for growth, a filter that helps them refine their circle and protect their inner peace. For Sigma males, betrayal isn't the end of the story. It's the turning point. And after that point, their trust isn't just cautious, it's impenetrable. Number 5. Loyalty is rare and often misrepresented. Sigma males have an unfiltered view of loyalty. They see it for what it often is, conditional. Many people claim to be loyal, but that loyalty is often tied to convenience, personal benefit, or favorable circumstances. To Sigma males, this realization is both eye-opening and disheartening, making them highly selective about whom they choose to trust. They've observed that what most people call loyalty is often situational. A friend may be loyal until your success makes them feel inadequate. A colleague may back you up until it risks their own position. Even in personal relationships, loyalty can falter under the strain of change, challenge, or temptation. Sigma males understand this pattern, and it reinforces their belief that words of devotion mean little without actions to support them. For Sigma males, loyalty is more than just standing by someone's side when it's easy. It's about commitment through adversity, integrity in the face of temptation, and consistency when the world feels uncertain. But because they've seen how quickly people can abandon these ideals, they approach loyalty with caution. They don't demand loyalty from others, nor do they advertise their own. Instead, they observe how people act in difficult situations, because that's when true loyalty is revealed. This isn't to say that Sigma males are bitter or incapable of trust. In fact, they hold genuine loyalty in the highest regard. It's just that they've learned to test its durability over time rather than accepting it at face value. To them, conditional loyalty isn't loyalty at all. It's a temporary alignment of interest that dissolves when those interests no longer overlap. By recognizing the rarity of true loyalty, Sigma males avoid unnecessary heartbreak and misplaced faith. They invest their trust only in those who have proven they'll stand firm, even when circumstances shift. Number 6, they see through the masks people wear. Sigma males have an uncanny ability to see through the masks people wear, a skill honed through sharp observation and an intuitive grasp of human behavior. While many take words at face value, Sigma males pay closer attention to what's unsaid, the subtle shifts in tone, body language, and timing that reveal someone's true intentions. They notice when actions don't align with words, and for them, this is often the first sign that someone is hiding something. This heightened perception isn't about paranoia, it's about pattern recognition. Sigma males have seen how easily people can present a facade to fit a situation, whether it's feigning kindness for personal gain or pretending confidence to hide insecurity. Over time, they've developed a radar for incongruence, detecting even the smallest inconsistencies that others might overlook. Their ability to expose deceit isn't limited to outright lies. Sigma males are equally skilled at picking up on omissions, half-truths, and exaggerated personas. They're not easily swayed by charm or appearances because they know these can be tools to distract from someone's real agenda. This insight makes them cautious, as they understand that most people are not as transparent as they seem. However, this perceptiveness comes at a cost. Once a Sigma male spots deception or insincerity, trust becomes nearly impossible to rebuild. They value authenticity above all else, and when someone violates that, the relationship is forever changed. It's not about being unforgiving, it's about protecting themselves from future harm. Because they see beyond the surface, Sigma males find it hard to trust in a world full of masks. Their reluctance isn't a flaw, but a shield, ensuring that the people who remain in their lives are genuine, honest, and truly worth their trust. Number 7, experience shapes isolation, not preference. For Sigma males, solitude isn't about preferring to be alone, it's a natural response to their experiences. Over time, they've observed patterns of behavior in people, cycles of betrayal, superficiality, and inconsistency that make trust feel like a gamble. These experiences shape their inclination toward isolation, not as a rejection of connection, but as a strategy to protect their peace. Sigma males aren't born skeptical, they learn to be. They've seen promises made in the heat of the moment dissolve under pressure, watched loyalty crumble when tested, and witnessed sincerity replaced by self-interest. These repeated experiences teach them that actions, not words, are the true indicators of character. Instead of relying on promises that may never materialize, Sigma males focus on patterns of behavior, which rarely lie. Their solitude is a form of self-preservation, not escapism. When someone repeatedly shows they can't be trusted, Sigma males don't waste energy trying to change them or giving endless second chances. They step back, choosing to invest their time and emotions in pursuits or relationships that genuinely add value. This approach might make them seem distant, but it's rooted in wisdom. What sets Sigma males apart is their ability to thrive in their isolation. While others may feel lost without constant social validation, Sigma males use solitude as an opportunity for self-reflection, growth, and independence. They understand that being alone doesn't mean being lonely. It means being free from the emotional toll of superficial or unreliable connections. In the end, their isolation isn't about rejecting the world, but adapting to it. By trusting patterns over promises, Sigma males create a life built on authenticity, where their trust is earned, not given blindly, and their solitude becomes a strength, not a weakness. Number 8. They recognize society's transactional nature. Sigma males have an acute understanding of the transactional nature of society. They see that many relationships, no matter how genuine they appear, are often built on an exchange of value rather than authentic connection. Whether it's social status, favors, or emotional support, there's usually an unspoken, "What's in it for me?" driving the interaction. This awareness makes them approach relationships with caution, opting to distance themselves from bonds that feel superficial or conditional. To a Sigma male, the transactional dynamic is not inherently wrong. It's simply a reality of human behavior. They understand that people often align themselves with others for mutual benefit, whether in friendships, business, or even romantic relationships. But what sets Sigma males apart is their refusal to engage in connections that lack depth or sincerity. They have little patience for relationships where the value exchange is disguised as loyalty or affection. This mindset doesn't mean Sigma males are cynical or unwilling to give. In fact, they value genuine reciprocity. However, they're quick to spot when someone's interest in them is driven by convenience or personal gain rather than true respect or care. When they detect this, they don't waste time confronting or exposing the individual. They simply withdraw, protecting their energy and peace of mind. What's striking about Sigma males is their ability to thrive outside the transactional framework that dominates much of society. They prefer a smaller circle of authentic connections over a large network of shallow ties. They measure relationships not by what they can gain, but by the mutual trust, honesty, and shared values they bring. For Sigma males, recognizing society's transactional nature isn't about detachment. It's about prioritizing what truly matters and walking away from anything that doesn't. Number 9. Manipulation is subtle but detectable. Sigma males possess an uncanny ability to detect manipulation, even when it's subtle. While others might overlook the small signs, an offhand comment, a seemingly harmless gesture, or a carefully placed word, Sigma males are tuned into the underlying motives that drive human behavior. They're not easily swayed by charm or charisma because they've learned that manipulation often hides behind these facades. This heightened sensitivity isn't something they were born with, it's a skill developed over time. Through experience, Sigma males have witnessed countless situations where people use psychological tactics to gain an advantage, control a narrative, or elicit a specific response. Whether it's guilt-tripping, gaslighting, or flattery disguised as kindness, Sigma males can read between the lines with remarkable accuracy. They understand that manipulation isn't always blatant or aggressive. Often, it's quiet, calculated, and layered with just enough plausibility to make it hard to detect for those who aren't paying close attention. What makes them so adept at identifying these tactics is their keen observation and their understanding of human psychology. Sigma males don't just listen to words, they watch behavior, study patterns, and trust their gut when something feels off. They know that when someone's words don't align with their actions, or when a favor comes with strings attached, there's likely an ulterior motive lurking beneath the surface. While others might dismiss these signs as innocent, Sigma males know better. They understand that manipulation is rarely a one-time thing. It's a strategy used over time to gain control or influence. When they detect it, they don't confront it directly or waste time trying to change the manipulator. Instead, they simply disengage, protecting themselves from getting caught in a web of deceit. This ability to detect manipulation gives Sigma males an incredible advantage in their relationships. It allows them to keep their circle small and genuine without the burden of constantly second-guessing others' intentions. They don't waste energy on people who use tactics to manipulate or control, instead, choosing to surround themselves with those who value honesty and transparency. Number 10. Trust is often exploited for control. Sigma males are acutely aware that trust can be exploited, especially in environments where power dynamics play a significant role. They understand that in many relationships, whether personal, professional, or societal, trust is often used as a tool to manipulate, control, or gain leverage. This recognition makes them cautious about giving their trust freely, particularly to those in positions of authority or influence who may seek to use it for their own benefit. In power-driven relationships, trust becomes a currency. Those in control often use trust as a means to cement their position, asking others to rely on them without question, all while they maintain a sense of superiority or dominance. Sigma males see this dynamic clearly. They know that when someone gains your trust, they can influence your decisions, shape your actions, and, in some cases, exploit your vulnerabilities. Whether it's a boss expecting blind loyalty in exchange for career advancement or a friend who uses your confidence against you, the Sigma male understands that trust is often a vehicle for someone else's agenda. What's striking is that Sigma males don't view this awareness as cynicism or bitterness. They simply see it as a practical truth. They've witnessed how easily people can use trust to manipulate others into doing things they otherwise wouldn't. In their eyes, people who build relationships based on trust with ulterior motives are far more dangerous than outright enemies. At least with an enemy, you know where you stand. This perspective makes Sigma males highly selective about who they place their trust in. They're not swayed by charm or appeals to loyalty. Instead, they prioritize actions and consistency over promises. For them, trust is not a means to an end, but a sacred bond that must be earned. Once they detect that trust is being used as leverage, they withdraw, often before anyone realizes what's happening. In a world where trust is often weaponized, Sigma males stand firm in their understanding that real trust is built on mutual respect, transparency, and genuine connection, not control or manipulation. They don't allow others to use their trust as a means to exploit or dominate them. In the end, the Sigma male's reluctance to trust isn't born from a place of fear or pessimism, but from wisdom earned through lived experience. They understand the complexities of human behavior and the fragility of trust in a world often driven by ulterior motives and self-interest. To a Sigma male, trust isn't something to be handed out freely. It's a rare currency, earned and guarded with careful observation and consistent actions. They've seen how loyalty can bend with the wind, how promises can dissolve under pressure, and how people often wear masks to hide their true intentions. But what sets the Sigma male apart isn't just their skepticism. It's their ability to navigate life without relying on others to validate their existence or provide emotional security. They build their trust through their own actions, and by surrounding themselves with people who prove, over time, that their word is as solid as their deeds. Their independence, both in thought and action, becomes their greatest strength, allowing them to walk through life unshaken by the betrayals or manipulations that often leave others crippled. To trust a Sigma male is to earn something rare and valuable. They don't give trust lightly, but when they do, it's built on a foundation of respect, integrity, and authenticity. In a world full of uncertainty and shifting loyalties, Sigma males stand firm in their understanding that trust must be earned, not expected, and certainly not exploited. Their reluctance to trust is not a weakness, it's a shield, protecting them from the unpredictability of others and allowing them to move through life with clarity, confidence, and a sense of purpose that few can match. If you found this insight into the mind of a Sigma male intriguing and thought-provoking, don't just let it end here. Hit that like button to show your support for content that goes beyond the surface and dives deep into real, unfiltered truths. Share this with anyone you know who needs to understand why trust isn't something to be given away lightly. And if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe so you never miss out on more exclusive, thought-provoking content. Join a community that values depth over surface-level ideas. Trust us, you won't want to miss what's coming next.